gentlemen, Mr. Redson, President of the Class of 1988, will now address the commencement audience. Mr. President.
Throughout the past 4 years, we have worked hard, studied long hours, to strive for this day. Many fond memories may be found in reflecting back upon our medical school education. The majority of the first 2 years was spent together, day after day, in the classroom. But we did more together than just classwork. We did things outside of the school. We went on rafting trips together. We partied together. We played intramural sports together. We became close as a class. As we entered our 3rd year, we were separated. We saw only a select few. This past week has again afforded us the opportunity to come together as a class, to once again enjoy the company of the friends we have made and reflect upon the changes that we have experienced over the past 4 years. We are brought together today for one last time during our medical education. Although we are ending medical school today, our journey towards a career in medicine is far from complete. We now look forward to the next phase of our medical training, residency. But first, I ask you to think back to those first days in medical school, especially the first day of orientation. We came in all full of enthusiasm, energy, and pride. We had made it. We were about to embark on a course that would lead us to this day, to fulfill a goal that we had set for ourselves. But at the same time we were experiencing this excitement, we also had certain feelings of apprehension and uncertainty as to what to expect, what the next 4 years would hold. Would we be able to attain the goals that we had set for ourselves? And on that first day, I think all of us remember getting that name tag with our name embossed in big black letters, and underneath it said student physician. Student physician. I'm sure we all remember what we felt like the first time we read that. It gave us kind of a sense of internal pride, a boost for our ego. It almost made us sound important. And then, of course, there was the rush to the bookstore to buy the short white coats, to buy the medical equipment, stuff that we wouldn't use for 6 or 7 months. We couldn't act the part, at least we could dress for it. Looking back on that now, we can laugh. Most of us now despise our short little white coats. They don't want anything to do with our name tags because we realize what they symbolize. It's kind of funny how in your 4th year, all that fancy makeup, wearing the greens in public, the short white coats, the stethoscope around the neck, all become trivial. No longer do you have to dress up to play doctor and gain a sense of importance, because you have now acquired a sense of a solid foundation of medical knowledge. You have gained confidence. You are now more sure of yourself and don't need the costume to play the part. You also have an increased awareness of your limitations. You realize you have learned a lot, but there is still a seemingly endless amount of information you don't know. You are aware that you will constantly have to keep up with the current literature. You understand that you are still learning, but you now possess some fundamental qualities which allow you to assume the position of a physician. You have the knowledge base to formulate your own conclusions. However, you still need a lot of polishing, and it will be some time before you are finally tuned. Isn't it funny how the cycle seems to be repeating itself again? Today we are celebrating graduation from medical school. Again, there's plenty of excitement, not only about graduation, but about ending our residency. However, after today, our name tag will no longer say student physician. It will merely say MD. And I think right now, for most of us, that's a scary thought. I think while each of us will admit that we are very excited about the next part of our training, we still have some feelings of apprehension and uncertainty. After all, he or she is just a medical student will not cut it anymore. We now will be interns and have an increased responsibility in the patient care process. But still, we will find ourselves in more trying situations which a person's life may be on the line. Situations which require us to act quickly and appropriately. EVMS has provided us the basic fundamentals to achieve a degree of MD. And I think most of us realize that after doing rotations with other students from other medical schools, that we possess the confidence and the skills that allow us to reach a reasonable diagnosis at this stage in our medical training. Our residency will go on beyond these basic fundamentals and determine what kind of practicing physician we will be. You know, it's easy for us sometimes to focus on the negative aspects of our medical education, but I think it's imperative that we focus on the positive ones also. After all, EVMS gave us the chance to fulfill a dream, to pursue the degree of MD, while some other schools shunned us away. EVMS had the confidence in us that we would make good physicians, and they were right. Not only will we make good physicians, but I think we'll all make outstanding physicians. One more thing to really keep in mind is that EVMS is relatively young. When we were infant when compared to some other medical schools. We are the 13th graduating class, a lucky 13th at that. If there were such a thing as a perfect curriculum, I think all medical schools around the country would be using it. There is one aspect on which the administration should be praised, is their openness and willingness to listen. There are problematic areas. They usually recognize this and listen to our suggestions. Sometimes they're not the most expedient about acting on them, but they do listen. I'm sure they're going to miss us, and I'm sure especially Dr. Cody and McCombs are going to especially miss my constructive criticism. They're not really at a high out. Seriously, I think that we as members of the class of '88 can take a lot of pride in the fact that our suggestions have helped reshape and better the education process for future classes here. If you were looking for one perfect word to best capture the image of our class, it would have to be achievement. We are a very self-motivated class, and as such, have achieved goals that no other EVMS graduating class can parallel. We have had to overcome a lot of obstacles, but no matter what was thrown in our course, we made it through. We have redefined some of the standards. Our performance on boards and our math results have given other classes something to shoot for. I think, and I really hope, that all future classes meet, if not exceed, these milestones that we have reached. As a class, we will occupy a significant portion of this institution's early history, as we have been involved in many firsts. We were the first class to be accepted totally as one class for the 4-year program. The first class to operate under an honors pass-fail system. The first class to operate under an honor code system. We as a class are responsible for a lot of positive changes at this institution. But not only did we try to better our institution, we became involved in programs to help better the communities to which we serve. Through the help of AHEC and Dr. Pasco's office, members of our class were able to revitalize the Super Health program, which is a program that goes out into the communities and educates junior high students on the adverse effects of drugs, alcohol, and smoking. Students from our class helped start up the Park Place clinics, the Virginia Beach clinics, which help provide indigent care to the residents of Norfolk and Virginia Beach. And many, many other activities were started up through the time volunteered by members of our class. I would also like to congratulate the classes that have followed us, who have expanded on our efforts and improved on them. I guess the point I'm trying to make is that not only are we concerned about academic achievement and being the best we can be, but we are also concerned about our institution, about improving the education process to help future students, and also to help make valuable contributions to our community. In a few minutes, we will have conferred upon us the degree of MD, a degree for which we have devoted a great deal of time and effort to over the past 4 years. The excitement of this day is shared equally with us by those who are most close, those who have given us constant support over the past 4 years, those who wish they could somehow walk up here on stage with us and share in this very special moment. I think these people deserve special recognition for their efforts and support in making this day a reality. Of course, I'm talking about our parents, our spouses, and our children. I would like for those people to rise, the parents, children, spouses, and members of Class of '88. Please stand. Well, now it is our turn. When this all started 4 years ago, we knew relatively little of each other, but we've come a long way as a class in those 4 years. Since then, we've formed some very special relationships, some lifelong friendships. But wherever we go, whatever we do, we will always share a common bond, and that is being a member of this graduating class, the 13th graduating class here at Eastern Virginia Medical School. I ask you one final time to remember back to that first day of orientation, when we were told that some medical schools, they tell you to look to your left, look to your right, and in 4 years, one of you won't be there. Well, at this institution, we were told a little different version that reflects on the attitudes of this institution. We were told to look to our left, look to our right, and in 4 years, help make sure that both of those people were there. Well, members of the graduating class, you can look to your left, look to your right, shake each other's hands, pat each other on the back because we've made it. I'm proud to be a member of this class, and I hope everyone else is too. I wish you nothing but the best in the future. Take care of yourselves, and good luck. Thank you.
The candidates for the degree of Doctor of Medicine, please rise. Mr. Lewis, I'm pleased to report that the faculty of Virginia Medical School, after due examination, has found the members of the medical class of 1988, both severally and collectively, to be fully qualified to shoulder the responsibilities perform with competence and compassion the duties incumbent upon practitioners of the healing arts. On behalf of the faculty, I have, therefore, the honor to present the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Medicine.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Professors of the Medical College of Hampton Roads and the laws of the Commonwealth of Virginia, I hereby confer on each of you the degree of Doctor of Medicine and declare that you are well prepared to enter into the practice of the healing arts.
Graduates will please come forward, be hooded, and receive their diploma. Raymond Benjamin Allen. Douglas Earl Beckwith. Brian Joseph Bell. Susan Bennett. Michael David Barrent. Jeffrey Joseph Berger. Richard Allen Blosser, Jr. Michael Francis Boyle. Mary Elizabeth Brackett. Bruce Maynard Bradfield. John Robert Brandt. Kathleen Mitchell Brown. Mary Louise Cannon. Cynthia Joan Carlin. Jennifer Juliana Hawthorne Singleton. James Ralph Chisholm. Donald Wayne Clary. William Robert Horn.
We're gonna give it to him.
Kathleen Casey Dahl. Julie Lee Damon. Henry Christopher Demkowski. William Andrew Dickinson III. Laura Lynn Dimmick. Robert Charles Dumont. Christopher Brian Dunham. Dale Alicia Ellison. Jerry Lynn Fenwick. Thomas Francis Florian. James Way Forrest Lamb. Diego Alonso Gomez. Michelle Ann Grenier. Sanjay Gulati. Bonnie Carol Hamilton. James Richard Hanley III. Elizabeth Holloway. Mark Holman. Jack Jiwook Hong. Rochelle Denise Hertz. Germaine Paulina Inigo. Helene Renee Jacobs. Francis Joseph Janton. Frederick Ronald Jordan. Hung J. Hill. Jung Girl Kim. Karen Yvonne Kirby. Jeffrey Andrew Knapp. Robert Michael Korolovich. Kathy Edwina Kaiser. James Edward Lang. Michael George Leon. Philip Nelson Light. Robert Stewart Lind. Suzanne Lynn Lubarsky. David Brian Pagliaro. Melinda Jean McAnulty. Lawrence Michael McGuire. John Aristides Micah. Julius Samuel Miller. Cynthia Irene Nash. Joseph Vincent Nicolosi. Russell Norris III. Brett Nye. Ellen Marie Page. Sabrina Vignamedic Patron. Timothy Nicholas Patsella. Robert Chester Patton. Jeffrey Franklin Patton. Dix Philip Pappas. Philip Rufus Rayford. Campbell Lanier Randall. Robert John Resnick. Mary Romaine. Robert Thomas Ruland. Mark Christopher Rummel. Shaheen Abraham Sadiq. David Allen Sahai. Susan Lynn Savage. Craig Kalani Sito. Stephen Wyatt Shield. Khurshid Akram Siddiqui. Barbara Jean Steele. Twee T. Tu Tran. Richard Paul Tucci. Michael Lynn Tucker. Thomas Watts Wagner. Louise Carolyn Washington. David Christopher. John McCormick Wing. William Harry Wassner.
Graduates, fellow physicians, please rise. Take your microphones. Other physicians in the audience and on the stage are also asked to rise and repeat these words representing the oath we all take as we become physicians. I do solemnly affirm, I'd like you all to repeat it with me. I do solemnly affirm. Go back that way. I do solemnly affirm by all that I will say of it, that according to my ability and judgment, I will keep this oath and its religion. I will hold my teachers in the charge of my parents, and extend to them respect and gratitude which is their due. I will have precept, lecture, and every level of instruction impart the knowledge of the art of my progeny, and those of my teachers, and to disciples of my covenant according to the law of medicine. I will follow that system of treatment, which according to my ability and judgment, I consider for the benefit of my patients, and the same with physical experience and disease. I will exercise my art solely for the cure of my patients and for the prevention of disease. Give yoga drugs, perform moral operation for a criminal purpose, nor will I suggest such a thing. The honor and dignity of practice my profession. Into whatever houses I enter, I will go for the benefit of the sick, and will hold myself aloof from every voluntary act of wrongdoing or corruption. Whatever I may see or hear in the lives of others, which are not concealed or abroad, I will not divulge, recommend, perception, and consider. While I continue to keep this oath unviolated, bringing to me to enjoy life and the practice of the art, respected by all people at all times. But should I trespass or violate this oath, may you reverse my life. This is a brief moment when the dean is permitted to make a few concluding remarks. I'm going to take advantage of that occasion. I'll make my remarks brief. This is a time, a moment of great excitement, of joy, and enthusiasm. It's also a moment of seriousness and solemnity. I want to talk to you this morning, just for a few brief moments, about the oath you have just taken. Dr. Petersdorf said that we in medicine are entering into a brave new world. Of course, we're always entering into a brave new world. There are challenges over the next few years that are unlike the challenges of the past few years, challenges of this century are now coming to an end, unlike the previous century. There will undoubtedly be challenges in the next century, unlike those that we have faced so far. But I'd like to suggest to you that medicine does contain within itself eternal verities, despite the changes in the science, despite the changes in the circumstances of practice, and that some of these are enshrined in this ancient oath you have just taken, and we have just taken again, an oath that dates, let me point out, from before the beginnings of the Christian era, an oath that physicians have been taking since something of the order of 300 or so BC. You have voluntarily undertaken, sworn to this solemn oath, and you have accepted responsibilities that we must internalize within ourselves, even under these different circumstances. I'd like specifically to quote again one sentence that you undertook. Into whatever houses I enter, he said, I will go to the benefit of the sick. I will hold myself aloof from every voluntary act of wrongdoing or corruption. By taking this oath, I suggest to you, as I'm sure you know, and you have internalized, you have been set apart. We physicians are set apart in a very real and genuine way. You will be faced over the next 30 or 40, maybe more years, with a series of temptations. Peter spoke about some of the temptations, if you will, that are special to our time in medicine. And I think these are a function of a variety of pressures that I'd like to suggest to you. First, a series of personal pressures. Peter spoke to you about a personal pressure, that is to say, financial pressure. And this is something that we physicians must face. And let me say, insofar as this has a tendency to corrupt, must resist their responsibility to resist that pressure. I'd like to suggest to you there's another personal temptation, and that's the temptation of power. Physicians have always been powerful individuals, but no group of physicians have been so as powerful as we are at this time. The extraordinary achievements of our science, of biomedical science, some of which were created, many others of which have been created for us by our colleagues in the biological sciences, in cell biology, in anatomy, in immunology, biochemistry, physiology, and in the extraordinary panoply of sciences, biological sciences in particular, have given us enormous power. And we, it seems to me, must be very careful that we use this power for the benefit of the sick as a group and as individuals. Because as we enter into houses, or as they enter into hospitals or into offices, which become for the time our houses, we have a responsibility to them that we have sworn to. There are other temptations. There are temptations provided by the state, and we're seeing some of those in our country today. There's the temptations that have either seduced or involved colleagues around the world. You know about it in other countries. You know some of the dreadful things, for example, that physicians did during the Hitler era in the 30s in Germany. We know some of the despicable uses, for example, of psychiatry has been put to in the Soviet Union and other places. But the same kinds of temptations exist provided by the state for us, and we must be vigilant, I believe, in resisting those. They don't seem to be as extraordinary or as obvious, and I guess they're not for us, but those are temptations that we must look straight in the face and, if necessary, reject. And finally, societal norms, it seems to me, can represent a kind of temptation to go along with the crowd, to go along with whatever is the current belief about what is socially good. Sometimes these will be things that will not be good for individuals or our patients, and we must then resist those kinds of temptations as well. And some of you know I'm a very conservative person about social and other events, but I want to suggest to you that we physicians have a radical responsibility. That radical responsibility is to do good for each and every one of our patients, each and every individual that entrusts himself or herself to our care. certain that we do no harm. We must be certain that we do no harm to any individual, not in the name of society, not in the name of the state, not in the name of personal power or money. This is something that we have sworn to in taking the oath of Hippocrates. Hippocrates ends by saying that while I continue this oath unviolated, may it be granted to me to enjoy life and to be respected by all people at all times. That's a prayer. We all know that no physician is totally respected, no physician has a totally enjoyable life, but we also know that as we serve humanity, we will be enormously fulfilled. The thing we provide in our oath, but should I trespass and violate it, so maybe the reverse of my life. Physicians, by and large, throughout our time and in times past, extending way back thousands of years, have understood their responsibilities. I know that you do, and I'm very proud to have been associated with this class. We began together, finishing the era together. Thank you. I've enjoyed being with you all. Congratulations on what it was an exciting time for everyone.
Many others, a good friend of many during the years of his rectorship in that parish. Bishop Light.
Graduates, you have received much and are now in an enviable position to offer much. Go forth in the name of God. Go to the city and the country. Go to distant lands and nearby places. Go where eating is well known, and go where only a murmur indicates the need. Go to the strong and the weak, but remember the weak. Go to the rich and the poor, remember the poor. Go to those who ask for you and those who do not even know the need. Go into all the world and bring healing. The Lord bless, keep, and be gracious to you. And through you, the Lord will bless and keep and be gracious to others. Amen.
All of us are most grateful for the appearance of the Newport shipbuilding in the band in those 3 years. On behalf of all present, Mr. Haskell and Dr. Franklin Lee. This joyful occasion is now concluded.
Thank you.